So my goal is tonight is to test this striker build and several other striker builds that I have versus another build that I think does just as much damage. And as I was challenged by a friend of mine this evening to prove it, well, I'm putting a video together to try and prove it. Not trying to extract anything. If anything, I'm trying to get some div tech for my other build, so I can build up a little bit, so I can probably do a better showing.
Hostiles detected.
Now, as my friends from this evening can attest, there's been an unusual amount of waves of enemies. As you know, sometimes when you clear out a landmark in the dark zone, you'll have waves of enemies. Alright, so I was hitting that guy for 34,000. 50,000 a crit. In fact, I think I'll stay with this.
Armed hostile inbound.
So it looks like on average I'm hitting the body 30 to 40,000. Crits look like they're hitting 60, 70. Alright, so with no stacks, Okay. So this build is, I mean, you can take a look at what it is. Let me get out of here into a safe spot and I'll go through it for you.
Attention. Leaving dark zone.
Okay, so what this build entails is I have a showstopper with Unforgiving and Predatory, 286 rolled max. I have a G36 Enhanced rolled Sustain, Predatory, and Competent rolled max. The relevant stuff, Striker's Harness, rolled Stamina, Enemy Armor Damage, Health, Ammo Capacity with Stamina Health, Stamina Skill Power mods. Mask is rolled Firearms, Crit Chance Damage to Elites with Firearms Health mod. Knee pads are rolled Stamina, Health, Damage to Elites, Disorient, Shock Resistance with Stamina Skill Power mod and a 2% Crit Chance Pulse Damage. Backpack is rolled Skill Power, Ammo Capacity, Firearms, Firearms Health mod, 2% Crit Chance, Crit Hit Chance, and basically 2% Crit Chance mods. Gloves are rolled Shotgun, Crit Chance, and Crit Hit. And the gloves are rolled Crit Chance and with a 2% Crit Chance Hit mod. Which brings my pulse to a 16.9% crit hit chance, 12.9% crit hit damage, with a cooldown of 36.8%. My booster shot gives me 50,639 health with a cooldown of 49.1%. I'm running 14.5% crit chance on my showstopper. Make sure I'm on my showstopper. Yes, I am. 46% crit damage, 60% headshot damage. Damage to elites is 28%, and enemy armor damage is 21%. And survivability toughness is 337,270 max health, 507, 156,000 toughness. With disorient resistance, shock resistance, and that's it. Since I'm going to be comparing things, let's show skills here. I've got no skill haste, no signature skill rehorse gain, and my skill power is 108,839. And as you can see, that's the striker build I just ran with. And you saw what kind of weapon damage I was doing with my assault rifle when I pulled it out. So now I'm going to be switching to my other character where I have a tactician build, and we will be comparing those.
Mass graves, and they dumped as many bodies in as they could. And don't give me no shit about disrespect for the dead.
Hello, agents and friends.
People were dying fast.
This will be the last part in my attempt. As you can see, the server's shutting down. This will be my last part and attempt on my video on DPS versus Skill Power. As usual, I'll be trying to run the same landmarks I ran earlier or something comparable. Now with this build, my weapon of choice is the Caduceus. I'm running Talented and Competent on it. And the Caduceus skill, each critical hit heals you and your group for 1% of my skill power. My skill power right now with no stacks is 253,000. I think I get that up to about 330, 350,000 when I get 30 stacks. Use the magazine size, crit chance, rate of fire, 522 hollow sight, with the Trinity, SR suppressor with accuracy, and large underbarrel with stability, accuracy, and reload. Backup weapon, which I won't use, Tenebrae, rolled vicious, talented, lights out. Main part of my gear is a stamina rolled vigorous chest piece with skill haste, health, and ammo capacity, and 2 electronics damage to elite mods. Rolling my mask with skill power damage to elites, and electronics with electronics damage to elite mod. Knee pads are rolled electronics, health, bleed, shock, disrupt resistance. I probably need to roll that into some more damage to elites to get some more damage out of it. But I'm using firearms damage to elite, pulse critical hit damage mods. Backpack is rolled electronics, health, ammo capacity with first aid, self-heal, pulse critical hit chance, and electronics damage to elite mods. Gloves are rolled firearms, assault rifle, enemy armor damage, skill haste, and holster is rolled health with another pulse critical hit damage. Now, the main reason why this build gives me a lot of damage, if you look, every 17.7 seconds I get a pulse back, and the pulse duration is 20%. So basically my pulse comes back quicker than it goes away. And my critical hit chance goes up to 30.6%, and my critical hit damage goes up to 32.6% with this. I am running since I was running in a group earlier, but since I'm running by myself, I'll go ahead and run an overdose so that my self-heal goes up 234,000. I get that back every 26 seconds. You know what? I'm going to run a booster shot instead. 140,000 self-heal, 23.6 seconds cooldown. That's what I was running with my Striker, Predator builds, and everything else earlier. So I'm going to try and get this knocked out and get this out of the way before the server shuts down here soon so I can make my video and show you guys later. And my hope here is that at the end of this you can see that a well-rolled, and let me show you the balance here. I've got 43.68 firearms, 3926 toughness, and 7,000 electronics. I've got one thing rolled stamina, one thing rolled firearms, 3 things rolled electronics, and I've only got 1 mod rolled firearms. What also helps with this build too is my damage to elites is 28% and my enemy armor damage is 30%. I've got 37% skill haste with this build, survivability 279,472 hit points, bleed resistance 30%, disrupt and shock resistance as well. Alright, so let's get into this. Let's try and do this before the server shuts down.
Request from an element soldier so we can endure your
Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted. Warning. Now leaving the safe area. Entering dark zone.
Now if you look, I've got an overheal because I hit my booster shot. My pulse is already back. He's still pulsed. And if you look at the damage, you look at the crit damage, I think it's very comparable to what I was shooting with my other builds.
Remember, the last battalion is not guaranteed.
And right now I've got talented running, so if you look, I've got 294,000 skill power now. And I've only got 4 stacks. Of course, every time I hit a skill, I get competent as well. So competent and booster shot really give me a advantage to my damage. Again, 4,300 firearms. Again, I hit my booster shot. I've got an overheal now. Now I got talented running, so let me hit my pulse. I had to hit my recovery link. Again, my pulse is still up. Now before I hit the boss, booster shot, we get rid of the Tactician. Get my pulse, he's looking at me to come the other way. I'm looking at my headshots. I'm doing 103,000. I don't even know if I was doing that with my striker build.
Area has been secured.
And anyway, there it is. So you be the judge, and you tell me. I've showed you 2 striker builds, I believe a predator build, all DPS builds, most of those with 6,000 stamina, and you tell me, where do you think the best damage comes? Ooh, another chance. You tell me if a 4,300 firearms build stands up in PvE to a DPS build, rolls 6,000 to 7,000 firearms. So agents, I'm going to log off. Server's resetting, and I'm going to create my video. Please put in the comments or send me a PM personally and let me know what you think. Have a good night.